So, I'm currently cooking ground beef. Today, I didn't really do much this Sunday. I, I went to work. Right, it was my first day of training. It was nice. I liked it. Today was like initially, essentially like meeting the team, and I met a good amount of people. Everyone was super nice. Like it's wholesome. It's nice. I like it. Um, so yeah, I didn't eat all day though. I ate like a 3/4 of a cup of fiber cereal, and then like probably like half a cup of almond milk. I guess whatever. So that's what I did. Woke up, went to work, got trained. Um, I went to the coffee shop, and yeah, I studied there, and then I just spent a good amount of my time like talking. I was just I couldn't stop talking. So oh yeah, though, but it was an interesting conversation. I feel like I've never spoken to someone where they actually want to know a lot about me, if that makes sense. Like, you could encounter someone who asks a question or two about you, but it was just nonstop questions. And of course, I was asking questions as well. I'm not like a self centered idiot, bro, but yeah. But yeah, I did study some history. History. I studied history. It was just, I just don't even like want to say it, bro, because I just like, bro, history, bro, really. But whatever. Just got home. It's night. It's like 10:27. Yeah, so now I'm cooking 5 ounces of ground beef, and then in my first bowl, and in my second bowl, it's gonna be like probably like 6 ounces or so of like um chicken breast. Will put me at, I don't know, but I'll put a picture somewhere here. I don't know, bro. My goal is to hit 125 lean, and right now I'm like 130, 130.1, and right now this morning I was like 130.2, 130.3. Like it's like it fluctuates, but I'll talk to you when I'm done cooking this. I'll show you my plate. It's not gonna be pretty. I forgot to show you my my first meal. I ate it. This is chicken. It's not bad. So I'm just gonna set up my 2 eggs and my rice. Yeah, I'll show you. All right, so I've made my plate. Just saying, it's not pretty, but it tastes good. Okay, like, yeah. This is what is going on. So I did 2 eggs, 6 ounces of chicken breast, and then 3/4 of a cup of white rice. And then later I'll eat like rice cakes. I'm not sure what part two of my I don't know what I did. I just want to show you my food. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next for my Arduino. I guess I'll just continue reading the book and see what it teaches me. And then after I do the book example, I'll try to do my own example, if that makes sense. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't very productive today at the coffee shop. Like I'm telling you, I got lost in conversation. I was just talking and talking. So, that's okay. You know, I've been studying every day. It does feel wrong though, if that makes sense. It just feels, it's not the ordinary, so it just feels very like, I don't know. I don't know. I think someone out there will understand what I'm trying to say. All right, so I have to do this, which from the looks of it, obviously start off with your jumper cables. Hold on, I think I have a better camera for this. So I'm actually gonna record myself, further my understanding. I'm not gonna show you the process because this MacBook probably does not handle all of that. Cannot handle all of that storage. No, it probably doesn't have enough memory. I don't know. I don't really want to mess with that. But yeah, so I'm going to try to use a switch with this, and I have a pretty good idea on how to set it up. Didn't really use the book. I didn't use the book. I just wanted to see if I could understand the circuitry to use a button, right? I only had like a brief like glance at it, so that's about it. Yeah, I mean it works. So cool, huh? So basically, what I did here, what this is right here. Hold on, bro. There we go.
I decided to not use code this time, where I did use, okay, you can zoom in, but 5 volts pin, and then I used the ground pin, obviously, right, for ground. And then I connected it just like how I did yesterday, right? And then vertical, this is vertically connected to this little like thing extendo piece of metal here, which is gonna take the current horizontally to this button. Let's see, okay, you can see now. Okay, so the button goes to that leg, right? And the current's gonna be going to like down, I guess, and then connected to the anode of the leg of the diode here, right? And then this, which is connected to the ground vertical, it's connected to ground, right? Yeah, so it's connected to ground here, and it's going to be passing current, like completing the circuit, essentially. Like it's going to complete the circuit, so it's going to start from here, it's going to take a right turn, go down here, like the legs or whatever, and then goes to the anode, and the current passes from the anode to the cathode, right?
Completing the circuit here, and it is nice. That's what it's supposed to do. It's like an on and off switch, right? So right now it's off, so it's cutting off the circuit. But once I activate it here by simply pressing the button, it's on. Read the book some more. It just taught me Ohm's law, which is like, I forgot. Way to find your voltage, your resistance, and current, right? So it's kind of like the density over mass and volume, whatever the fuck. So I was having trouble here. Right now I was having trouble, but I'm getting it situated. I wasn't completing the circuit. I didn't connect the vertical power line here. Before, like I didn't have this little thing right here, like connected. And what's gonna happen here? I haven't really like seen the circuit, but this is what like. Again, I just took a glance at it, like literally like 3 second glance, right? Like 5 second glance. Dude, I'm getting history emails because I did Quizlets and I did like a shit ton of them. So now they're all like sending me emails. Vertical, I wasn't like completing the circuit because there was like no voltage current like passing through onto the horizontal over here. But what's supposed to happen after I get all of this like situated is like a blinking thing right here. So it's like, I'm thinking it's, from what I read, it's like red, green, like sequentially like turn on. I think, holy fuck, I'm tired. I almost quit there. I caught myself there. But yeah, I had it, I had it completely wrong. I had to include the button. So yeah, I did connect it. I did like successfully connect it, right, to the bulb, and the bulb was on, but that's not what the whole point was. Now, I'm still not too sure what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this shit was pretty hard. All right. But yeah, so This project is called Spaceship Interface. Use code here and use the digital pins. So these digital pins are what are inputs and outputs. Inputs, I had the idea that outputs were just like what passes like electricity, like, but no. So inputs is what is basically the Arduino receiving information from anything external, right? So for example, like this little button right here. Yeah, it tells it like I'll explain it right now. But yeah, that's the input. The button is an input too as well, by the way, because it like receives information about something. Okay, whatever. And then the output is the Arduino sending, like for example, code out into this anything external. So it's kind of like the opposite. Input receives output, right? So, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really do it myself. Obviously, like I still don't really understand like C++, but I'm gonna try to interpret it. Right, this is the whole point, to at least try to learn to some degree. All right, so I forgot why it's on the outside of the void setup. It's probably, I'm not sure, but integer, right? Switch state equals 0. Don't know what that means. But void setup, of course, it's the program that only runs once. So pin mode 3, 4, and 5 are what sends information out into the breadboard, right? And pin mode 2 is, which is the pin, obviously I'm pretty sure the light's like super bright, so you can't really tell. But it's basically the wire that's connected to the button, which is also an input. So pin 2 is going to be receiving information from what the button is telling me, right? And this whole void loop section is basically saying switch state equals digital read 2. Okay, so switch state is going to be like, switch state is telling me if it's on or off at pin 2, right? If the switch state is low, low meaning there's no voltage, no current, that means that digital pin 3, which is the green light right here, is on, and then 4 and 5 is off. So as you can see, that's what's going on here. Because the button is, there's no current. So that's what the button is basically telling pin 2, that there's nothing. So, all right. Yeah, the button's telling pin 2, yeah, there's no current right now. So just leave the green one on and leave pin 3's current on, and 4 and 5 is off, right? But that's what's going on right now, right? So an else is if else is I'm pretty sure it's like it's a continuation of if, right? So it'd be under this. I'm pretty sure it's under if, like yeah, I'm pretty sure, like if else, and then whatever else like terms they use, right? So else, so if it's basically saying, I'm gonna start from line 18. If the button's current is off, then we'll have pin 3 on and 4 and 5 off, right? But if the button is on, so else, that's when else is like, okay, if it's the opposite is going on, right? I think if the opposite is going on right now, then I'm gonna have pin 3, 4 off and pin 5 high. So pin 5 is gonna be on. But it's only for 250 milliseconds. And the whole point here is to make the lights alternate. So I'm pretty sure what's gonna be going on is, yeah, so let's go back to line 25. So pin 3 is gonna turn off, right? And only 1 is gonna turn on for like a fourth of a second, right? So for a fourth of a second, the red light's gonna be on, right? And then it's gonna, that's when the alternate is gonna happen, right? The alternating is gonna happen, and that's when they switch. So instead of pin 4 being off, now it's gonna be on, and then well, pin 5 is switching, right? But only for 250 milliseconds, which is a fourth of a second. Yeah, so it's gonna keep looping. So yeah, that's my explanation of this little project. I'm still trying to understand it. I'm still trying to improve my interpretation of the coding, which I am very terrible at. But yeah, basically delay for a fourth of a second. Only one of the lights are gonna be on, and then again switch fourth of a second like this, and it'll do this. Yeah, so every fourth of a second, the lights are what looks like it's switching, but it's really, yeah, only one of them is, they're basically on for only fourth of a second, and then yeah, that's what makes that like alternating look, right? So yeah, it's essentially like the coding from yesterday that I did, but with a button involved, which I did not understand. Oh, yeah, but with the button involved into the coding, which is, I'm starting to get now, but it was getting me, bro. I was like, bro, what is going on, bro? Somebody save me, please. Someone save me, bro, please, please, bro. But yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, nice. So I'm gonna attempt at what's it called? Adding another light. So yeah, I'll see what happens. All right, so I was able to actually do it kind of by myself. No, yeah, I did do this part by myself, but you know, it's just after the tutorial, right? So yeah, I made it into a 4-light process now. Yeah. So yeah, so it's the same concept, but instead of just 2, I did all 4. And it's working, dude. Nice. So yeah, for half a millisecond it's blue, then it's red, then it's the second red, and then lastly it is green, and that's the loop that's going on here. Loop, 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 loop. Bro, this is coding in real life, brothers. I'm touching else. Hey, yo. I'm touching the, I'm the else statement, bro. I'm else. Hey, yo, bruh. Hey, yo. Alright, day 2 Arduino, done.